The room was packed with people wanting to know, where's the money going? Unfortunately, there is a disabled vehicle blocking the right-hand lane. They didn't have time to do anything but watch in horror. Is the sun going to come out, or is it going to dry up here soon? She hasn't been able to make a decision on whether or not the Langleys will have a right to be heard in court. Things are looking really good, especially compared to this time yesterday. First day of snow is exciting for just about everybody. Right now, this isn't showing any of that. But the real story here is about a family of 4 who managed to get out safely. All the rain that many of us have been contending with, that it hasn't been that bad of a drive out there. Now Como is giving you a chance to sound off. And I tell you what, Paul, 90 degrees in my house this morning. So I am not looking forward to no AC over the next couple of days. Witnesses say that everything happened just so fast they didn't have time to do anything but watch in horror as 2 men walked inside Walmart's front doors, shooting, killing, and robbing an armored car guard. Thanks to a surveillance camera like this one, everything they saw is caught on tape.
Never seen anybody killed. Never. It was just so frightening. And it was just a few feet from me. It was just scary. Really scary.
The armored guard was making a cash pickup at Anchor Bank inside this Lakewood Walmart around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Fired 1 shot and ran out. Grabbed the money and ran out.
They left behind a murder scene. The armored guard is killed. Another man, a customer who was holding a baby, was shot in the arm, and everybody else who saw this happen are still terrified.
And I saw the guy, the shooter, and he was just waving the gun. I was so scared he was going to come in and start shooting more people.
Police tell us the men look like they're in their 20s. And look at this surveillance tape. That bag, police believe, is full of money they took from the guard. One was wearing a white baseball cap and a long-sleeved white T-shirt, and the other, a dark baseball cap and an unbuttoned dark shirt over a white T-shirt. These men are armed and dangerous. If you see them, call 911. Tara Fuller, Como 4 News. Well, I want to start out right now and tell you where things are looking really good, and that is in the Tacoma area here on I-5. Everything is in the green and up to speed. Only slow areas here on State Route 16 as you approach I-5, but other than that, everything looks really good. Now, the Valley Freeway, 49 miles an hour, so things are looking a little better than actually it normally has been, at least the last few days, and 57 on I-5. Now, the Renton S-curve's 29 miles an hour, so things are a little sluggish in that area, but we've seen worse. Now, where it's really, really slow right now is on I-5 through the Linwood area all the way to about Mount Lake Terrace, Shoreline area, and then, of course, also on I-405, the Alderwood area, till about Bothell, breaks up a little bit, and then again really, really slow at 19 miles an hour here. So if we can go out there live, we can see exactly what we're talking about here in the Edmonds area. Just really, really wet roads out there, but things are picking up and it's looking a little better than it did earlier. In the Alderwood area here at Filbert Road on I-405, looks like a parking lot out there, and that's why we were seeing, what was that, 11 miles an hour right here. Go a little bit further to the Bothell-Woodinville area. Things are picking up, but things are still really, really slow southbound there on I-405. Now, it's really dark and gloomy out there right now, but Jim, you're telling me things are looking a lot better in the next few days. Outside the courthouse, dozens rally in support of the Langleys and a little girl named Polka. Last month, the state removed the 4-year-old from her foster family who have raised her since she was a baby and returned her to her birth parents. These supporters say that's not fair.
We just love her so much. We bonded with her quickly, and it'll never leave.
No state court has ever allowed a foster parent to be heard before legally separating a child from birth parents. That's what the Langleys are fighting to change, but the birth parents are fighting back. The state says Polka may be doing better with her birth parents now than she was with the Langleys, but also says it's not right for a little girl to be caught in the middle of a legal tug-of-war.
Such a circus that it has put this child at danger and at risk.
The attorney representing the Langleys argues the Langleys are the only parents Polka has ever known, and she needs them and won't be able to live without them. The only way to prove that, he says, is by allowing the Langleys to tell the court themselves.
She's our little girl. We love her. She's the light of our life.
The judge in this case says she hasn't been able to make a decision on whether or not the Langleys will have a right to be heard in court or which home is best for Polka. But what she does say is that this case is far too complicated to be heard in one day. Tara Fuller, Como 4 News. You know, we've been very fortunate this morning with all the rain that many of us have been contending with, that it hasn't been that bad of a drive out there. There is some slowing though. Definitely you want to think about taking I-90 instead of the 520 bridge, because you can see there's quite a bit of slowing in that area. Also, there is a broken down car on I-5 southbound as you approach the Ship Canal Bridge. And as you can see, it is blocking the right-hand lane there, so it's going to be a little slow as you go through that area. Also, I-5 in the Linwood area here at 44th Avenue West. Quite a bit of cars out there. Linwood to Seattle, 36 minutes. That's 4 minutes behind schedule. And I-90 here in the Issaquah, Sammamish area, the fog has rolled in. And Jim, this is something that is new this morning. We haven't seen much of this. Is this something that's going to continue?